Hello everyone, welcome back again. In last class, we were talking about traffic flow. Let's start our discussion from that point only. In last class, we were discussing about the representation of traffic flow data. If we have traffic flow data, we can represent it in terms of AADT, average annual daily traffic. We can represent it into average annual weekday traffic. If we don't have any annual traffic data, we can represent it in average daily traffic for any time duration less than a year. Another representation for traffic flow data is your trend charts. Trend charts. What are trend charts? Trend charts are graphical representation of traffic flow for a particular duration. Let us call this x-axis as year and this y-axis values as traffic flow data, or you can call it flow or volume. So for a particular year we have some traffic, another year we have some another flow value, some another flow value for next year. So what we are getting here, we are getting a trend of the traffic flow for a year to year variation. If there is a possibility of upgrading certain type of road, so we can follow this trend chart in order to see what traffic is going to be there on the road after few years, or we can say that we can predict the futuristic traffic from this trend chart. So this trend chart can be used for designing highways or various other routes. This tells you about the trend of your flow data year by year. Another representation of the traffic flow is variation chart. Variation chart is nothing but a trend chart with different duration. Different duration. The representation of traffic flow. Wait a minute. The representation of traffic flow. The representation of traffic flow may be in days versus your flow and velocity. Sorry, flow and volume. It may be in terms of hours, maybe in terms of weeks or months, any duration. How does these help? These will tell you about variation of traffic flow with duration what you have selected. Let us consider a road stretch on which we want to study the traffic variation for a day. In a day, how the traffic changes time to time. Like in the morning, there can be a rush hour. In afternoon, there is a calm period. So this trend chart will tell us that how the traffic variation occurs throughout the day. In morning hours, the traffic flow will be higher, so traffic flow and volume values on this chart will be comparatively higher. In the calm period, means in afternoons, the traffic flow will be comparatively less. Then again in the evening, the traffic flow will rise and rise up to a peak value, then it will decrease throughout the day. So this is how we can find the variation of traffic flow and can represent it using our variation chart. So traffic flow, let us go through again with the definition. Traffic flow, it is the amount of traffic passing through a section for a particular time. For a road stretch, if we consider any section, the number of vehicles passing through this section for the particular time interval, the number of vehicles are known as traffic flow. It is a quantitative representation. Another quantitative representation of traffic data, or the number of traffic or number of traffic units, is density. डेंसिटी डेंसिटी को हिंदी में घनत्व कहते हैं. घनत्व मीन्स हाउ मेनी नंबर ऑफ पार्टिकल्स आर प्रेजेंट इन अ पर्टिकुलर वॉल्यूम. How many number of particles are present in in a given volume. If the volume is filled with lot of particles, we'll say it is densely packed. If there are less particles, they are not very dense. So for our consideration, let us say this is a road stretch and we take a section of road. Let us call this section for distance D. The number of vehicle present in this section will be denoted as density. Density is represented in terms of, or is labeled as K, can be defined as number of vehicles per unit length of road. This length is our length which we decide for consideration. The section from which the vehicle passes, that is our considered point for calculation of flow. So density and flow can easily be defined in terms of number of vehicle. The flow is the number of vehicle passing through a section for a particular time, and density can be the number of vehicle present in a stretch of road for a given time. Let us say, let's find out the relationship between these terms, your density, your flow, and your speed, traffic speed. I'll start with from here only. Relationship between traffic flow, density, and speed. Okay, so we'll talk about each term one by one. We know the representation. We represent traffic flow with Q. We represent density with K, and we'll represent speed with V. Okay, so let us talk about this particular stretch. This particular stretch, we are considering this point. This is a stretch of V distance, and we are considering this section for our traffic flow calculations. Let us say, N1 number of vehicle passes through let us say this section is section S through section S in 1 hour. एक घंटे में N1 नंबर ऑफ व्हीकल हमारे सेक्शन S से पास करते हैं. So we can say that the flow is equals to N1. N1 is number of vehicles defining in terms of time which is passing through a section. So N1 can be written as N1 is equals to traffic flow for 1 hour. This is our first consideration. Traffic flow for 1 hour. Okay. Another term is N2. N2 is what? It is the number of vehicle present in a stretch or in a road length equal to V kilometers. V is notation. Just remember it as notation. V kilometers. If my velocity is V, small v, and I see the velocity for 1 hour, so I'll be able to see the distance of V kilometer. If I say my speed is V kilometer per hour, so for 1 hour, what I'm looking at a distance of V kilometers. That's why I've taken this stretch to be of V length. Can you see here the velocity is not related to your this particular stretch. It is the length which we are talking about. So the number of vehicle present in particular length of road is known as density. And if we define N2, what will be N2? N2 is the number of vehicle present in that stretch. And we know density as K. K value is defined the vehicle present in unit volume or unit length of road. Number of vehicle present in unit length of road. If there is the length of road is equals to V, then the total number of vehicle present will be unit length vehicle multiplied the total length. Or we can relate it with the units. Density is number of vehicle per kilometer. Every kilometer how many vehicles are present? If I say there are 20 vehicles every kilometer and my study stretch is 2 kilometers, then total number of vehicle present are 20, that is density, into the study stretch, that is 2 kilometers. So N2, the number of vehicle present in our study stretch, will be equal to density into the length of study stretch. So it can be written as K multiplied by V. This is our second number. Now tell me, for a study duration of 1 hour, how many vehicles will be able to pass through this section? For 1 hour, only that much vehicle be able to pass which are present in that distance of study duration. Study duration means 1 hour and the distance will be equals to V kilometers. If I am taking study duration as 1 hour, then the study space will be equals to V kilometers. That's why you can say that the number of vehicles which are passing through the section in the study duration will be equal to the number of vehicle which are present in the space which is considered for study. So we can write here as n1 is equals to n2. n1 is equals to n2. Why? Because the number of vehicle which is passing or which are passing through this section is the number of vehicle which are actually present on this path. They vehicle or those vehicle will only pass through this section. So if we say n1 is equals to n2, from here we can write this relation q is equals to k into p. Q, the traffic flow, is equals to density into the velocity. So this is a very, you can mark number of stars around it because it is a very important relationship. And if you have any confusion, you can compare it with the velocity. Sorry, units. Let us call Q. Q is the number of vehicle passing in unit duration. If you take unit duration as, okay, unit duration, let us call it unit duration only, and we will say number of vehicles passing in an hour. I am taking 1 hour as unit duration. Okay, so it will be equal to density multiplied by velocity. Density is what? Density is the number of vehicle present in particular stretch or unit stretch of that road. So number of vehicle present in unit stretch means present in a kilometer of road. Multiply by the road stretch. If I take unit duration, then the road stretch will be equals to the velocity value. Velocity is in terms of kilometer per hour. If I take r value as 1, in this whole calculation, we took the study duration as 1 hour. If I take study duration as 1 hour, then the distance will be equal to velocity. So looking at this representation of units, we can cancel out kilometer by kilometer, and both the sides we have the same units. So this relation you should always remember. We will talk about this relationship in further calculations, further discussions and derivations. So better you keep this calculation discussion in your mind and always remember this formula. Next very important topic we are talking about is headway. Till now we were looking into the macroscopic parameters: speed, flow, density. Now we are taking the discussion about headways. Headway is a microscopic parameter. Headway can be defined as time headway, or space headway. Headway is nothing but it is the gap between two vehicles. Headway is nothing but it is the gap between two vehicles. If first vehicle passes through a section and I start my stopwatch, and then I stop my stopwatch when another vehicle just enters the section. This is the duration, the time duration, which can be defined as time headway. So let's discuss time headway. Time headway. This is a road and I'm considering this section. I have one vehicle which is entering into my section. At this time, I start my stopwatch. Just at this time, when my vehicle 1 is entering this section, I start my stopwatch. Now, my stopwatch will run until my vehicle 2 reaches the same position as that of 1. Means it is just entering the section. We have to compare for the same section of vehicle. So when it is just entering the section, the stopwatch should be stopped. The time duration between the first vehicle passing through the section and the second vehicle passing through the section is known as time headway. We'll consider a graph. This is the graph. On the x-axis of the graph, I am taking speed. On the y-axis, I am taking time headway with the black, and I'll take another headway. When we'll talk about another headway, we'll discuss color. We'll have another color pen in order to differentiate. So with the speed, whenever the speed is 0, speed is 0 means there is less space between the vehicle are not there, or vehicle are there but they are not moving. It may be a condition of jam. So whenever this condition, when speed is less, the time duration between two vehicle, because the vehicle are moving one to one, their speed will not be very high. With less speed, your time headway or the time value will be some value. With increase in speed, once the less speed from the section, first vehicle is passing. After 2 minutes, second vehicle is passing. After 2 minutes, another 2 minutes, third vehicle is passing. So our speed will depend on, or sorry, time head will depend on speed. If the speed increases, then first vehicle is passing. Then after 1.5 minutes, second vehicle is passing. For 1.5 minutes means time headway has decreased. So with increase in speed, time headway decreases. Then with further increase in speed, after 1 minute, because speed is higher, the time headway will decrease till a particular value. But after that, when speed increases, you should maintain a particular distance between two vehicles in order to stop in condition of emergency. And that distance between two vehicles is known as your spacing. So with increase in speed, your spacing will increase. We have already studied the spacing. The value of spacing we were using was 0.7 capital V, or V in kmph, plus length of the vehicle or length of the wheelbase. So with increase in velocity, the spacing will increase, and if spacing will increase, the time period will increase. Initially, when the speed was increasing, spacing was maintained and the time period was one vehicle to another vehicle is decreasing. But after a certain time, when speed is higher than a particular value, then we need safety. So the spacing will keep on increasing, and with this increase in spacing and increase in speed, further your time will decrease. Earlier, because the spacing was less and the spacing was increasing with speed linearly, then the time period was decreasing. But after a particular speed, the time period will start increasing because spacing has become very large. So the time period will increase with further increase of your speed. So this will be your trend of your time headway. Headway in terms of time. We represent the notation here, headway in terms of time. You need not to worry about if you can understand this, because this we are going to discuss again and again in today's topic, that how the time between two vehicles is increasing with increase in speed. This is your time headway. Time headway can be written as, if I say the time headway between one vehicle is th1, ht2, ht3, the total time headway for our period of consideration, we can write the total time headway as summation of all the headways from 0 to n value, total number of vehicles. This will be equal to the total period of study. This will be equals to total period of study, because first vehicle is passing, you have started your stopwatch, first vehicle is passing, second vehicle is passing, third vehicle is passing, you are adding up all the duration between these passes. So how long will you calculate this, or how long will you add up these values in up till your study duration? So this will be equal to your study duration. What is flow? Flow is number of vehicle passing throughout your study duration. If there are n number of vehicle which had traveled during this period nt, so I can write that flow will be equal to total number of vehicle nt passing through this study duration. I know total number of nt were passing with having a time headway of ht. It may be some different. First vehicle pass with a time headway of 1 minute, second vehicle may pass with time headway of 1.5 minutes, third vehicle with again 1 minute. So I have added up to reach the value of t. So I can write this summation as ht I till n vehicle. So using this average, I can write it as, this is what? This is average. Time duration 1, time duration 2, time duration 3, time duration 4 divided by, or vice versa. So it can be written as 1 upon average time headway. So flow is equal to 1 upon average time headway. So this is the time headway. It is the spacing between two vehicles in terms of time. Let's talk about space headway. Space headway. With the name itself, you can say that it is the spacing between two vehicles. Whenever your vehicle are running on the road, then the spacing between these two vehicles are your space headway. This is your space headway. So space headway or distance headway, if I say space headway is SI for any ith calculation, so we can write the summation of space headway SI equals 0 to n will be equal to 0 to n means total number of vehicle, while considering total number of vehicle. So space headway between first to second, second to third to fourth, fourth to fifth, this will add up to our distance of consideration, that is our study length. And we can relate our density with the number of vehicle present in the study length. So we can write it as, if I say K is equals to n number of vehicles present in my study length divided by my study length. N number of vehicles are present in my study length. Let us say 40 vehicles are present in 5 kilometers. So I will say the density is 40 by 5, means for every kilometer there are 8 vehicles. So I can write it as nx, this is summation of I equal to 0 till n si spacing. So this is the average spacing between the vehicle. From here, the relation of density with the space headway can be written as density is equals to 1 upon average space headway. Now your space headway, if it is given in meters, you can change it to kilometers as per the requirements of the density. So these are very important relationships which you should remember. Flow can be related with time headway and density can be related with the space headway. Talking about density, please don't consider that all the vehicles are present on the road, they are stagnant. I said the vehicle are present at this stretch for a particular time. For a particular time instant. Time is fixed, but stretch which I am considering is my study length. Time is not my study length for density. My distance of a particular road length is my study length. So for a instant, number of vehicle present in the study length is my density. If we say space headway, what will be the space headway value? What is the variation of space headway value with speed? The spacing is the space headway value, and this value always increases with the velocity. So we can say that the space headway will increase with the velocity. Time headway first decrease, this vehicle will start passing quickly, but after a particular time it will come to a normal condition, and then again the time headway will increase, because with spacing you need more time to pass between the vehicles. So this is how we can calculate the time headway and the space headway, and we can relate these values with your flow and density. So we have related a micro parameter with the macro parameter. Now let's discuss some distant time curve for variation. I make if I say here it is my time, here this is distance. With increase in time, the distance is increasing. This is uniform speed. This tells you that with time you are moving with a uniform speed to your destination. If this curve is shown to you, you will say after reaching the destination, you start your reverse journey. That's why the distance from initial point is decreasing again, but time is still increasing. So this curve will be represented in this way. If I show you the curve, distance time curve as this, then some flat, then again increasing. So this flat will talk about the representation of your break. That distance is not increasing, but the time is increasing. Means you are at any point where you are not moving. So this type of condition will be helpful for you to understand whether there are congestions or not. Congestion means there are jams or not. If you are having jam condition, then there will be more flatter values available on your charts. So in order to study road conditions, these curves can be helpful. Another curves which are talking about are the relationship between your speed and time, speed and flow, flow density and speed. So let us start with relationship between your density and flow. It is a very important relationship. We know your flow value is equals to density into the velocity or the speed. So you can remember this. But right now we are relating two parameters at a time. So we will put, this is very important discussion. So keep all of your focus here. This is your density. This is your flow. This is represented in terms of K. This is represented in terms of Q. Density is 0. If we are discussing density with flow, let us consider this section of length, whatever your study length is. Let us say this study length is V itself, or remove the whatever you can say D. And this is the section for consideration of your flow values. This is your section. Let us call the section as P. There is no vehicle. I'm taking this density as independent value and flow as dependent value, because if there is no vehicle in this stretch, there is no vehicle which is going to pass through this section. जब कोई व्हीकल होगा ही नहीं सेक्शन में, इस सेक्शन में, तो यहां से कौन पास करेगा? कोई व्हीकल है ही नहीं सड़क, so no vehicle is going to pass here. So the density and your flow value both are 0. Now one vehicle came, one vehicle will pass. Second vehicle came, second vehicle will pass. This will be, there is increase in your density and your flow simultaneously. As density is increasing, flow is increasing. Up till a mean value, and after this mean value, this will turn into parabola. Your density is increasing, but because the density has increased, or density If increased means the spacing between the vehicles have decreased. If spacing between vehicles have decreased, so you will try to keep precautions that I should keep this much spacing. I should have, if I have less spacing, my velocity should be reduced. There are lot of vehicles on the road. So if density is increased, then by the time we have lesser spacing, we will reduce our speed. अगर हमारे पास में दो व्हीकल के बीच में स्पेसिंग की कोई बाउंडेशन नहीं है तो मैं स्पीड अपने अकॉर्डिंग रख सकता हूं. But if the foundation is there that I have to keep spacing because of I have to keep less spacing because of the number of vehicle there, so I have to reduce my speed. And this section through which the vehicle are passing, the speed is reduced, then the vehicle will go but with less flow. Speed is reduced, the vehicle go but less flow. Numbers are more, but flow will become less because of the velocity. So ultimately, after a point, this value will decrease, and it will decrease up to a value equal to K jam. What is K jam? It is the jam density. When there is no vehicle movement on the road, all the vehicles are standing there. बहुत सारे व्हीकल्स हैं इस रोड स्ट्रेच में. देयर आर मैनी व्हीकल्स, बट बिकॉज देर इज जैम कंडीशन, देर इज नो मूवमेंट बिटवीन द व्हीकल्स. तो अल्टीमेट डेंसिटी और द मैक्सिमम डेंसिटी इज द जैम डेंसिटी. बट at jam density there is no vehicular movement. So we can call that between any value k naught or initial density or zero density and between the jam density, there is a value in between somewhere which will give you maximum flow. Will give you maximum flow. So these are the, this is the representation of your density versus flow diagram. Here each and every point tells you about the velocity of that stream. The slope of any point on the curve will tell you about the velocity of the stream. If we say this slope will tell us about the initial speed. If we compare these 2 points and calculate the slope of this to this, we can say that these 2 points have same flow value but at different densities because of speed variation. The slope is positive, here slope is negative, the speed is different. With more number of vehicles, the speed is reducing here and speed is increasing here with the same number of vehicle passing through the section. So for same passage, there may be different number of vehicles present in this section. You can remember this representation of density flow as given here. Next representation we are talking about is speed. Let's talk about flow. Speed, flow. On your okay, let us leave it here. This is flow on your axis, the speed on your y-axis. if this section, the at this section the speed is 0, the vehicles are not moving. If the vehicles are not moving, this means there is no vehicular movement through the section. There is no vehicular movement through the section. If speed is 0, vehicular movement is not present through the section, then flow will also be 0. We can write it as flow is 0 for the given vehicular movement. As the speed increases, flow will increase. But after a certain value, the flow will reduce with the speed as the maintained spacing is more. Because with the spacing, the or with the velocity, the spacing should be more. So with higher the speed, the spacing will be more. And as the spacing increases, the flow decreases. And for the maximum speed value, or the maximum speed value, the flow will reduce to 0. Assume that there are number of vehicles which are coming. First vehicle is coming with 100 kilometers per hour. Shoom. You can assume that there will be a lot of space between this vehicle which is coming with very high velocity to the another vehicle which is also coming with a very high velocity. So for a particular time, for a steady time duration, there may be that there is no vehicle because of high velocity is passing through the section. So that's why the speed versus flow curve is represented in this way. With increase in speed, the flow will increase, but after a particular value of speed, the spacing should also be increased. So if spacing is increased, then the time duration when the vehicle is passing through the section will increase. Because with the speed, the caution increases, the safety prospect increases, so the spacing and the time headway will increase. If we say, or if we see the relationship between your density and speed, we can say that this is your density, this is your speed. Now, if speed is very high, as we were talking about, there is very high speed. If the speed is very high, then there will be no vehicle present in our steady section. Vehicle are passing through the steady section with a very high spacing. So here, if my vehicle just pass through the section, there is possibility that my vehicle, another vehicle which is coming from behind, is far behind from my steady section. So the point or the relationship with high velocity can give you a very minimum density, or we can say zero density. It is generally not zero. We'll talk about various models, then we'll understand what model predicts what kind of space density relationship at start. But assuming the best possible scenario, we can say that there will be no vehicle in the steady stretch while we are speeding. So this will be the starting point of this curve. Then with decrease in speed, you will get number of vehicles in the section. Speed decreases, your population of the vehicle in the steady section increases. And at highest density, what will be your speed? Your speed will be 0, because the highest density is the jam density, where there is condition of no vehicular movement. If there is no vehicular moment, this means the speed is equals to 0. So we can mark and draw the space density representation like this. So if we make representation of all three diagrams in one go, you can say that this is our density versus flow diagram. Just above, we will draw speed versus density, and on the right hand side we can draw speed versus flow. If we draw the same diagrams, we can relate these values. At zero flow, zero density, the speed is highest, and here you can see at zero flow, at zero flow, zero density, the speed is highest, and you can relate it with your diagram of flow speed, that with highest speed the flow is 0. In condition of jam density, for jam condition, your vehicle speed will be 0, and for 0 speed the flow will also be 0. So there is particular condition where your flow is highest for a particular condition. So we can calculate the value of speed for this condition, and if we relate the speed versus flow curve, so we will find that yes, at this value of speed your flow is highest. So this is the relationship you can remember in order to relate all these three macro parameters. And we have already seen the relationship between the micro parameter, the headway, and your macro parameter. So let us pause our discussion here. I want you all to go through the topic and read all the given characteristics, given values, the relationship between these values, and understand the real relationship between all the parameters. We are going to study about various models in the next class, which will let us know how we can find out the various conditions present on the route, how we can find out the jam condition, how we can find out the condition for maximum flow. So this lecture was very important, and so as the next lecture, which will give us at least 2 marks out of your GATE examination. Thank you so much. See you in the next lecture.